Okay, I think I'm back. Hold on a second. I'm watching my screen to see how it's looking. I think we're going to zoom it in just a tiny bit. So, okay, we're going to have to do this orientation today. I don't know why my phone keeps messing up. I don't understand it, but we're going to deal with it. So, let me see how this looks. And looks like we need to scooch it down just a bit. I do apologize for all these technical problems each week. It seems like it's happening real often, so. But we're just going to go with the flow here. We can see most of our work area right now, so let's just go with this. So like I said, I want to welcome you to my Facebook Live today with Creating Cards with Debbie. And any items that I'm showing today or any paper products that you might be in need of, you can shop with me at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if your order is under $150 before tax, use the July host code, which is JYPPHDHH. And that's also in the description of our video today. And if you need to email me any questions, you can email me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. Or you could private message me on Facebook, whichever works for you. All right, we've got a little bit of housekeeping to go through, so let's go ahead and get to that. Paper pumpkin for the August is Meaningful Flowers. And with that paper pumpkin, you're going to get a free extra stamp set, which is a little distinctive flower stamp set. Looks very pretty. And it says Meaningful Flowers, Paper Pumpkin Kit, July 11th through August 10th is what the sign-up time is. And it says discover messages of friendship and loyalty in the flowers from the August Paper Pumpkin Kit. And let me get rid of some of these here so it doesn't get so confusing. It's called Meaningful Flowers. The August Paper Pumpkin Kit is full of flowers that carry a sweet meaning. The blue forget-me-nots represent loyalty and remind you of your favorite memories with those you care for. The lotus blossom represents overcoming challenges and encouraging those around you. With this kit, you can create special paper crafts that are personalized for your loved ones in both design and significance. This month's kit includes 8 cards, 4 each of 2 designs, and also envelopes to go along with those. 1 pretty peacock Stampin' Spot, 1 photopolymer stamp set, which I said you get the stamp set that it comes with, plus you'll get that extra stamp set also with that, and pre-cut paper pieces of watercolor designs, and enough adhesives to complete the projects. So, like I said, if you have any questions for Paper Pumpkin or anything, just reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you. And Stampin' Up! Has still got the online exclusives going on yet, which that is if you go into my store and you click on the side there for online exclusives, it'll bring up a whole list of what's available. And the stamp set and dies that we're using today and the designer series paper all come from the online exclusives. So lots of good stuff on there. And they're always bringing out more stuff. Okay, and during the month of July, we've only got a few days left until July 31st. For every $50 that you spend, you receive a $5 coupon to redeem in August. So You want to hurry up and get your orders in so you can get those coupons to save some money in August. With every $50, you get $5. So that can add up fairly quick. And it says there's no limit to how many coupons you can earn. All right. So here's a little bit of an explanation of what it's about. It's bonus days. First, you earn $5 coupon for every $50 you spend between July 6th and July 31st. And there's no limit to how many coupons you can earn. Make sure to use a valid email address when completing your purchase. And then number 2, save. After placing your order, the coupon code or codes will be emailed to you. Save those emails, write down or save the codes, or even take a picture of the codes so you don't miss out on any savings. And then on August 1st until August 31st, you can redeem those coupons, and you can use as many coupon codes as you want during the checkout. Tip, remember to separate each code by a space and make sure to use them all before the month is over. All right, so here, starting August 1st, ready, set, redeem. It's time to use those coupons you earned. You can redeem your $5 coupons between August 1st and August 31st. We've got lots of things going on in August. Our kits are going to be on sale starting August 1st until August 31st. And I think it's up to 30% off the kits. So it says save big on the kits collection for a limited time only. Each paper crafting kit comes with everything you need to create artistically designed handmade projects. From birthday cards to festive tags, cute treat packaging to floral wreaths. You can try something new at a great discount, craft with friends, buy as gifts, or even simply stock up on your favorites. Just don't miss out on this great deal. And the discounted kits are only available while supplies last. So if there's anything special that you're wanting, you want to make sure you get your order in fairly quick before they run out. All right, so that's all the housekeeping notes we got to go through. Also, don't forget that you can join my team for $99, and that's free shipping, and you'll receive $125 worth of products that you get to pick out all yourself. You don't have to take only certain things. It's everything that's in the catalog that you get to pick from. So $99, free shipping, and then you'll receive $125 worth of products. And I want to welcome you to my team if you decide to do that. And also, after you receive your kit and place your first order, each order after that, you'll receive a discount on all your products. And you start out at a 20% discount. So that's even an added incentive to do that. Even if you don't want to do a business like I am, you can do it just to get your discount. Just be a hobby demonstrator. So, okay, let me check and see if we have any comments here. I'm trying to bring up my screen a little bit bigger, but it doesn't want to go bigger. There we go. Well, now that is showing. Oh, no, I'm confused. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to do Christmas in July. With everybody having hot temperatures, maybe it'll make us feel a little cooler. You never know. Maybe. So I've got 3 Christmas cards that we're going to be making today. And let me get my lighting over here better so we can get a better view. I'm going to make sure my lights aren't in the camera view. And I'm thinking maybe I could zoom in just a little bit. Make sure that's not too much. Yeah, I think that looks good. So here's our first card, and I've got cords that are sticking in my way here that are bugging me. Let me move that out of the way a little bit. All right, it says, wishing you a season of cheer and a happy Happy New Year. I'm going to have to take down this grid paper a little bit better. It's moving on me. Make it stay in place a little bit better. There. Okay, so there's our first card. So let's go ahead and get started. Get our bits and pieces and everything out here and my instructions. Hope everybody's having a good week. Okay. So on my original card, my card base was the pool party, but I didn't realize it. I ran out of the pool party cardstock, so I had to switch it to oh, I'm looking at the wrong direction, so I'm sitting here. What? Let me get back to here. So I switched our card base to Pebble Path, and that's going to measure 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. So let's go ahead and burnish that edge. Let me get my bone folder out here. And then I have Early Espresso, which is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and that's going to be our mat that goes on top of our card. And that's for the inside. And then our Designer Series paper comes from the One Horse Open Sleigh pack Designer Series paper. And let me go ahead and show all those pretty papers to you because they are gorgeous. And I think there's 12 designs in here. So we've got a little time we can do that. So here's the first one. And there's the back side. Here's another. And that's the back of that. Another one. And the back. And this one's really different. It's a aerial shot of it where you're looking down on it. And I muted my notifications, but they're going off for some reason. That's the back side. And then we have a little fox. And that's the back. We're using this one for part of our card today. And another one. On the back side. I'm using this little deer paper on one of our cards today too. It's really cute. Little Bambi. That's the back. And this looks like an iced over pond. And that's the back. And trees on the back of that one. And this is another one of the patterns that we're using today. That's going to be on our fun fold. And another one. More red on the back. And this one is gorgeous with the little cabin. And that's the back of that. So it's 12 different designs. Double-sided, 6 by 6. All right, so get back to what we're doing. So this is the Designer Series paper, and I've cut it down to size, which is measuring 3 1/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're just going to attach that to our Early Espresso mat. And then I have a piece of that background paper, which is 5/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's going to go across our left side. So let's go ahead and get our glue out here and start gluing those together. And we're going to put the goes to this right side, leaving a small border going around. And then our wood grain is going to go on that side. I know it probably doesn't show up too much on the camera, but you can tell the difference between the two. Being they're both kind of a dark color. And I'm going to scooch that over a little bit because we're going to put a ribbon down the center, some twine. So we're going to grab our twine. And that's our Simply Elegant trim. I got to scooch up here. Be sure you comment when you come on and say hello. Hi, Amber. Glad you're here. Haven't seen you for a while. So I'm going to take two, kind of eyeball the lengths of these, and I'm going to just snip them in half. So I'm going to take two of those. And not cut my fingers because bleeding on cards is not a good thing. Alright. And then I'm going to grab our Scotch tape over here and we're just going to attach those on the back side. So I'm just going to run two of those along the center seam here. And grab our tape to hold it in place. And my grid paper's moving on me here, scooching it. And just looking to see if that's where I want it to be, yeah. And then we'll do the same with the other one. Put that right next to that one. And some more tape over here. And I'm going to turn this over to make sure I'm getting it on here straight. Oops, it moved on me. Let me see if that moved on me. No, that's good. All right, just like that. Get rid of the tape. And then we'll bring our card base over here and we'll attach that. If you wanted to, you could put it up on dimensionals, but I'm just going to glue it directly down to our card front. Because I'm going to have our sentiments going to be up on dimensionals. Let me place this down. And leaving a small border going around. And press that down to make sure that attaches. Got a little bulk right there. Just giving the glue a little extra time to seal itself. There we go. Alright, and now we're going to bring in our scrap of white and our stamps over here. Need this one. No. Yeah, need this one and this little one. And I'm going to use Early Espresso ink. And I need my piercing mat because we're doing photopolymer. And stamp, wishing you a season of cheer. I'm going to set that aside for a moment because we're going to bring our baby gloss over here. We're going to die cut this out. And I bet I didn't grab my dies. Goodness, where's that one? Sally shakes. Okay. And get our plates here. And our baby boho blue is still available. It's a online exclusive, so you can go onto my store and shop for it. And we also still have the white one available too, but the boho blue is a limited edition, so it's just kind of pretty to use. And where did I put the die? There it is. So we're going to use this label pen. Oops, the larger one. And I'm just going to place that on top of our sentiment, centering it. And grab me some washi tape to hold it in place. And hopefully that's straight. And run that through, and hopefully I don't jiggle the camera too much. And I'll set baby blue over there. And here's our banner. Oops, I tore that washi tape pretty good, but it's still usable. And then we want to put that up on dimensionals. And I've got a brand new sheet of dimensionals. So, and I think I'm going to put 4 on here to make sure it's held in place pretty good. I don't want it sinking. And maybe an extra one in the center. And then we're going to grab our Take Your Pick tool to pop off those dimensional backings. Toss them in the trash. Bring our card over here, and then we're going to place our banner at the bottom, kind of off to the left side a little bit. And for the inside of our card, we've got a basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I thought I had something extra here for it, but I guess I don't. So we're going to stamp our sentiment, which says, "And a Happy New Year." Bring our cushion over here for that. And we're going to stamp that right in the center. And let's close up that ink pad so we don't have an accident with it. Now we're going to attach this to the inside of our card. And you know me, I use my liquid glue as my favorite adhesive. And I'm going to place that inside of our card. Oops. Try to get it straight. There. And of course we need some bling to go along with that. So we're going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to use some rhinestone basic jewels. And And I'm going to use the large ones. We don't use the large ones that often. So that's going to be my choice for today on this card. And I'm going to place onto our border over here. And maybe another one. Well, do I want it on the label? Do I want it on the side here? I think I want to put it on the side. Are those straight? I think they're pretty good. Okay, so there's our first card. Wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year. So, I maybe like the pool party card base a little bit better than I do the darker and the pebbled path. But I like them both. What do you think? I'm going to have to put some pool party cardstock on my next order. Didn't realize that I was out until I went to grab it this morning and it wasn't there. Oh no. So, alright, so let's get to our next card, which I'm using pretty much the same stamps and everything, so it makes it easier today. So we should be a little faster in our time maybe. So here we have Merry Christmas, and I'm using that little deer, and a Happy New Year on the inside, and then I did a little strip of a tree on the side. So let me get our bits and pieces out here, and my instructions. Okay, and our card base is going to be a crumb cake card base with this one. And again, we're going to do the 4 inches by, no, 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then score it at 5 1/2. I think that's probably my favorite orientation for cards. I use that a lot. So there's our card base, and I burnished the edge. And our inside of our card is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's our basic weight. So I'm going to just set that over there for now. And then for our mat of our card, I've got Early Espresso, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then our Designer Series paper, I cut down to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And when you're cutting that down, you want to make sure that you don't cut off any portion that you don't want to cut off, that you want to save for later. So just kind of be aware where you're cutting at, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to glue this down to our mat of our card. And we'll center that. Okay, Amber, yeah, that sounds good. I wish I was that dedicated. I started out doing that, and then I kind of got sidetracked again. Okay. And then I'm taking our linen thread, and I'm going to wrap that around the bottom portion. I was going to make a bow ahead of time, and I didn't do that. Let me grab my Stampin' seal to attach that with on the back side. So I'm going to put a little strip on each side just to hold our linen thread in place. And just attach that on the back and wrap it around a couple times. Oops, I got my finger stuck to that. It shows how well that sticks. Alright, and then we're going to cut that off. And I forgot to make a bow ahead of time. So let me bring my bow jig over here. And I'm going to make a couple bows. A double bow. So I'm just going to wrap that around a couple times, and then bring it back and tie it. There. Usually I struggle doing this on camera, so it's going fairly good today. And I'll put that back in the packaging. Take our bow off of there. Put this away. And we're going to attach a card front to our front of our card. And let's add some adhesive. No, we're not doing adhesive. We're going to do dimensionals on the back of there. So let me put some dimensionals down. You could just put adhesive if you didn't want all the bulk of your card, but I wanted this one to be popped up a little bit. And I'm just putting enough where it's not going to be sinking on me. And maybe another one in the middle. And I wanted to check that one dimensional. I thought I got close to the edge, but I guess it's good. And let's pop up all those dimensional backings. Try not to put my fingers in the glue that I put down on here. And our last one. And now we're going to attach that to the front of our card with those dimensionals. Okay. Oh goodness, I forgot to stamp our sentiment. Let's see if I can do this without too much of a mess. I may have to do some fixing afterwards, but we're going to wish for the best here. I got ahead of myself. We lucked out. I don't think I'd want to try that again. And we can leave it open. And then we're going to add our little double bow to our right-hand corner here with some glue dots. And I've got some glue dots on order, but they haven't came yet, so we're still using the ones that come with our paper pumpkin kits, which those work just fine. Don't throw them away, use them. I'm going to put down 2. And let's straighten out our bow a little bit. It kind of got twisted on me. And attach that right there. And then we're going to add a little bling, which comes from our 2023 to 2025 in color dots. And we're going to be using the Pebbled Path. Yeah, I was looking at the name. I was making sure I got the name right. Pebbled Path. And I'm going to do all 3 sizes. We've got the large, medium. And I was going to run them right down that tree trunk. Hopefully it's fairly straight. And well, they're straight, but the tree trunk isn't straight. Let me move this big one over a little bit. Maybe I can get it to center a little better if I can move it. And I got a little dog hair on there. Cookie. You're sharing your hair with my things here. So is that better? Still doesn't look right because it's bigger. Well, I'm going to leave it right there. It just doesn't look right to me for some reason, but it's centered. It's just that it's bigger than what the other ones are. So okay, there's our front of our card. I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to Bambi's ears. And we had a discussion the other day, and we figured out that Bambi is a boy. He's a book. So, but he kind of looks like a girl. He's got that sweet face. All right, then on the inside, we're going to add that little strip of Designer Series paper, which measures 3/8 inches. And we're going to attach that to our side column here. Whoops, my glue's sticking to things. And I was going to run a strip of glue right along our edge here. And then I'm going to place our tree on top of that. And I always cut my strips a little bit longer, then I can come back in and trim them off afterwards. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I'm going to turn that over and snip off that excess at both ends. And on the inside, we stamped "and a Happy New Year" again. And we're going to push them back over here. Our Stampin' and Pierce mats. And we'll open our card and place our inside panel in there. There we go. Let me close this up so we don't put our card into our ink pad. All right, so we've got our little Bambi here saying Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So that's our second card. We're rolling along here pretty good. Our next one's going to be our fun fold, so that could take a little bit longer. So let me get my instructions turned here. And I'm going to clean up just a tiny bit here and make a little room. Dies. There we go. Alright, so here's our card. It's a fun fold. It says Merry Christmas, and then it opens up and it says and a Happy New Year on the bottom. So that's our little fun fold for today. And that's using the horse and sleigh and the dies, which these are both online exclusives, along with the paper. And then we're also using the Celebrate with Tags. That's where I got the Merry Christmas stamp from. And this is a returning one from last year. So that was in last year's catalog, and then they brought it out again for this year. And we're going to be using some Stampin' blends and such, but I'm not going to do all the coloring today. So I've got a lot of work done already, so you don't have to sit and watch me. But I'll show you how I did it anyway. So we're going to stamp our horse and sleigh to start with. And I'm going to use the Early Espresso ink pad. And being a larger stamp, I'm going to come in... no, we're not going to use the Early Espresso to stamp on this. So let me bring my Simply Chamois. We'll back up the buzz here and clean that off because I want to use Memento instead. So get that wiped off. And close this up for a little bit. We're going to use it again, but not right now. So for right now, we're going to use the Memento Black, and we're going to ink up our Horse and Sleigh, which comes from the Horse and Sleigh stamp set. And you could use this for Christmas, or you could use it for winter time. It doesn't have to be just a Christmas stamp set. So let's go ahead and stamp that. And I know I'm not using a Stampin' Up! Block. I don't have the largest one. So this is a generic. We won't talk about it. And there's our horse and our sleigh. And I'll set that over there so we don't make a mess. And then this has the die that cuts that horse and sleigh out. And just like this. I like to color my image first and then I die cut afterwards. And we're out of the screen here. So, but I've already done that ahead of time. And I've already done all the coloring ahead of time. So we're going to save a little time today. This is what I came up with. And I'll give you the list of the colors of Stampin' blends that I used. Okay. For the sleigh, I used Misty Moonlight. And then for the trim of the sleigh, I used... I'm looking at the wrong directions here. Okay. Misty Moonlight for the sleigh. Dark Copper Clay for this top part of the sleigh. And I used Crumb Cake, dark and light for the horse. The light black for the hoofs, and I darkened up the halter things here. And Boho Blue for the coats and hats on the people. Light Real Red for the mitten muff, and then the blankets, pillows down here. And for the blankets, I used Pecan Pie. And I think that's all. Oh, and for the faces, I used the medium light SU 800, which is the skin tone blends. So, but I've already cut that out, already colored it and cut out ahead of time to save a little time. So we're going to start out with our card base. We've got Misty Moonlight, and that's 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And then we've got white mat that goes over it, which measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. So we're going to go ahead and attach that to the inside of our card base. And leave a small border going all the way around. And then our designer series paper was the one that had the fence on it. So I cut that down to be 2 3/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And that's going to go on our top layer here. But first we're going to stamp our Merry Christmas on there. Using our early espresso ink pad. And that's going to go on our upper portion, left-hand corner, just above the trees. And then I'm going to stamp our other sentiment that says, and a Happy New Year is going to go at the bottom onto our white layer. And we'll close that up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to our top portion. And center that with a small border on all three sides. Oops, and I goofed. I wasn't supposed to glue this down yet. I was afraid of that. Alright, back up the buzz here. We've got our Misty Moonlight, and I put that on my notes too, not to glue that down yet. Our Misty Moonlight measures 2 1/4 inches by 6 inches. No, yeah, 6 inches. And then it's scored at a 1/2 inch. And we're just going to burnish that little edge. And that needs to go up underneath this. So let me pull off some more of that. And then I'm going to put my glue down on this side. And I think I'm going to put it on both sides. Let me see here. I shouldn't have glued this down yet. Don't do like I did. Make sure you don't glue down your white layer until you've got this glued onto it first. Alright, see if I can press this down there good. I'm just showing you what not to do. And now I've got glue there, so I need to get my glue eraser and get that wiped off. A little drop of glue underneath here because the corner is lifting a little bit. Alright, I straighten this out a little bit. It's gotten kind of bent a little bit. Alright, so that's going to be our flap that goes over the top. And then we've got a basic white that measures 2 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And that's going to go on top of that layer onto our flap. Alright. So that fairly even. And then our bottom part of our designer series paper off of that same sheet measures 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's going to go on top of that white layer. And making sure that it's going the right direction, it's not upside down. We're going to attach that to our white layer of our flap. Okay, so here's our flap. There's the inside of our card. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now let's go ahead and put our horse down. And if you wanted to, you could put him up on dimensionals, but I figure you've got enough thickness here that you probably don't want to do that. You could if you're going to hand deliver it, but if you're going to send it in the mail, you probably just need to attach it with your adhesive instead. So I'm going to run some glue all over our sleigh and horse here to put him down. And I'm going to just put their heads just barely above that top layer of our flap. Okay. And in my original, I didn't put any bling on there, but I think I'm going to add some rhinestones. Give it a little bling. So maybe 3 small ones. Maybe over here, and then maybe another one up in this corner. Just to give it a little extra bling. So here's our fun fold. Merry Christmas with the horse and sleigh, and a Happy New Year. So there's 3 of our cards for Christmas that are done, so we've got a head start. Let me see if I can get them all in camera view here. Trying to see how much room I've got with this layout. And I guess we're seeing them, but we have a not very good lighting. Maybe we can put 2 there. Is that a better view, maybe? Well, no, because we're zoomed out. Well, it's just not letting me get all 3 in here right. So we'll put them back where I had them. Well, we're still not, we're cutting off. Let me zoom back out maybe. Maybe that's the problem. All right, there we go. So there's our 3 cards for today. Wishing you a season of cheer and Merry Christmas and Merry Christmas. So I want to thank you for being here with me today, and be sure that you like and share the video. And if you're watching it later on YouTube, be sure that you hit that subscribe button. Well, thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. I'm not going to be live next Wednesday because we're going to be camping. So it'll be August 9th before I'm back again. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing on my next video. I know we're not going to be doing Christmas again. We'll be doing something else. And I want to wish you all a good week, and thank you for being here. And like I said, be sure you like and share the videos, and tell your friends about me. And I want to apologize for the technical problems again. I'm not sure exactly how to fix it. So until then, thank you. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you. Bye-bye.